let's talk about trends in probably lots of organizations. I think it's indisputable that the traditionalists, the baby boomers, people that are our age and a little older are starting to move into the crescendo of their career. I mean, I've got 20 years left. You've got 100 years left. I'm sorry, but I mean, the older generation is starting to move into the pinnacle of their career, and there's this undeniable sea of change coming in with a younger, in many cases, better educated, better cultured, more nimble group coming up in, right? And I'm guessing the demands are different. Now, I'm guessing there's some similarities. What do you see as the similarities between what millennials, Gen Xers, and people coming out of college want that are the same as the older generation, and what's different?
Yeah. Well, I try to be very careful in pigeonholing or stereotyping certain groups. And so I appreciate you asking that question, because what I see the saying, often I'll hear people say, well, millennials and the younger generation, they care more about contribution. They care more about making a difference. They're not as tied to climbing the corporate ladder or making so much money. Well, I'm not a millennial, I'm not a Gen Xer, and I care deeply about contribution. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that I've ever been focused on climbing the corporate ladder. So I think we need to be careful to say this group tends to be more like this, and this group tends to be more like this. So I think in commonality, they all want to add value to what they're doing every day. They don't just want to get in and punch a clock, so to speak. They want to make a good living. They want to be fairly compensated for what they're doing. They want to have some kind of a career path. Even someone as old as I wants to, still know what's ahead for the next 5 to 10 years, things of that nature. What's different...
You're not seeing vast differences.
Well, where I'm seeing a new introduction, which has actually been a real healthy thing, is the younger generations have learned, and this is primarily through technology, but you can get the same job done or get results accomplished in many different ways. And so this level of flexibility that I certainly didn't have or didn't take advantage of or didn't know about growing up, they bring that with them. And so where I think there's been a rub in certain cases with people who have been in a set way of doing things for a long time is saying, well, wait a minute, what do you mean you're not going to come in till 10?
Right.
Or you're going to work from 8 to 11 at night because that, wait a minute, we don't do things here that way. And yet when we grow up and step back a little bit and say, well, look at the results they're getting.
Yeah.
They're getting as well or better results than the person who's here from 8 to 5. So that flexibility is probably the biggest difference I've seen.